What's up, CFBS fam? So today we're gonna talk about 100 words in fitness. This is something that the creator of CrossFit, Greg Glassman, put together. One way for us to identify fitness in 100 words, all right? What I'm referring to is that big old paragraph right behind me. Those 100 words go as follows. Eat meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, and no sugar. Keep intakes to levels that will support exercise but not body fat. Practice and train major lifts. Deadlift, clean, squat, presses, clean and jerk, and snatch. Similarly, master the basics of gymnastics. Pull-ups, dips, rope climbs, push-ups, sit-ups, presses to handstand, pirouettes, flips, splits, and holds. Bike, run, swim, row, etc. Hard and fast. 5 or 6 days per week. Mix these elements in as many combinations and patterns as creativity will allow. Routine is the enemy. Keep workouts short and intense. Regularly learn and play new sports. That is fitness in 100 words, all right? Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna talk about these sentences individually in the next couple of weeks of what does he mean by these 100 words. But what I want you to focus on today is, even though he calls it 100 words in fitness, the first 2 sentences, eat meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, low starch, no sugar. Keep intake to levels that will support exercise but not body fat, is referring to your nutrition. So even though this is called 100 words in fitness, the first 2 sentences are reserved to your nutrition. Your fitness is not as optimal or cannot be optimized if your nutrition is not being made the focus. So, what do we mean by eat meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, low starch, no sugar? Keep intakes to levels that support exercise but not body fat. Is number 1. We want your food to support your exercise. Alright? It is your fuel. When you come into the gym, how do you feel? When you're doing your workouts, how do you feel? After your workouts, how do you feel? These are things for you to take note of. If you feel a little lethargic in the middle of your workouts or prior to your workouts, right? What are we missing? Your food is your fuel. And we want enough food to support exercise, but not body fat. One way to say that is excess. All right? Are we eating way too much? Too much carbs, too much proteins, too much fat? That is going to support body fat. Also, if you're eating a certain type of way, but then you're moving a certain type of way in the gym, i.e. meaning with no intensity, then we're not supporting our exercise. You may be getting a good amount of food, but at the end of the day, yes, you want to be able to burn it and use it as the fuel. So if you're eating a certain way, because you know you're gonna come to the gym and move, then we wanna make sure we are moving with intensity. If you know that you're not gonna be moving with intensity, then just keep it note that maybe we shouldn't be consuming as much. All right, now, the first sentence, eat meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, and no sugar. This is telling you the quality of your food. The second sentence of keep intakes to levels to support exercise, but not body fat, is referring to the quantity of your food. So if the quality of the day is going to be the most important thing. You get your quality down first, then you focus on your quantity, right? The quality of it. Eat meat and vegetables, all right? Your protein, all right? You can take out the word meat if you're a vegetarian and just put in the word protein, all right? Your protein is very, very crucial to your survival and life. All right, a good metric to make sure you're getting enough protein is that you're getting 0.7 grams to every pound. All right, so for me, I'm about 175 pounds. I need to consume at least 0.7 grams for each pound of my body weight. That will at least let me know that I'm getting enough protein in my body, all right, to build that muscle mass, to help my body recover, rebuild, repair, and continuing to move forward throughout my life, right? Now, when it comes to the protein, right, preferably we want it is from your lean protein, right? We want it to come from real food. We then talk about your supplements of your, let's say your protein shakes, right? But again, preferably we want it through real food, but if we needed to outsource it and get it through some form of supplement, okay, let's get it in there, right? Because we know one of the things that we as society are very, very deprived of is your protein intake. So let's make sure we get at least 0.7 grams of protein per every pound of your body weight. And if we're not getting there, let's say, then let's make sure we're getting that supplement of that protein. Your vegetables, that is your micronutrients, right? You have your macronutrients, your carbs, your fats, your protein, but then your micronutrients, your minerals, your vitamins. It is crucial that you get from that vegetables. Also, you get your fiber in your vegetables, y'all, right? You can never eat too much of vegetables, right? Okay, yes, you can overeat vegetables, right? But I'm gonna tell you this right now. Vegetables is something that's always gonna be good for you. A lot of people find themselves having to take pills to get those minerals, those vitamins. If they just eat vegetables, they can get their vitamins and their minerals in a natural, healthy way. Eat your vegetables, y'all. Get creative with your vegetables, all right? Make them very colorful. See which ones you like the best, all right? You wanna vary your vegetables. You don't wanna find yourself only eating broccoli every day. But for right now, if that's all you wanna eat for right now, I would take that, right? Eventually, I would like for you to vary your vegetables and see some different colors in there. But get your vegetables in. Fill up half of your plate using the plate method with just vegetables. That is a great starting point. And if you're struggling with vegetables right now, maybe make it a point to just have it for one of your meals. Or dice it up, mix it in with your eggs, mix it in with your protein, mix it in with your rice, right? One way to sneak it into your body, right? Nuts and seeds, that is referring to your fats, all right? Now, there is fats in your protein, all right? When it comes to your nuts and seeds, it's gonna give you some good protein, some good fat for your overall body, all right? Now, you can't overconsume on these, so be careful, all right? When it comes to fats, you'll be surprised of how quickly you can get to the numbers that you're supposed to eat. So make sure that we're not eating way too much. Basically, 2 handfuls of nuts will be a little too much. Stay within that 1 handful of your nuts, right? Some fruit, all right? Now the word that throws people off here is that word some, all right? Fruit is not bad for you. Fruit is good for you. Yes, it has sugar in it, but it is natural sugars, right? Now, if you eat too much of your fruit, now all that sugar, even though that is natural, can start to play a role in your life of raising your blood sugar up, right? And we don't want that, right? So that's what we say, the word some fruit in there, right? Have your fruit in there as a snack. Have your fruit in there as a side when you have your main dishes, all right? But expose yourself to fruit, all right? You have a sweet tooth, I get it, I have a sweet tooth as well. Having that some fruit in there will be good for you. Now there's certain fruits, right, that contain more natural sugar compared to others, right? You think about a kiwi, a pineapple, right, compared to like a banana or something. But again, at the end of the day, fruit is fruit. And let's make sure we're getting exposed to some. We're not having a big old bowl, all right? But having a cup of fruit will be great for you. Little starch, all right? This is your carbs. Carbs are your friends. Carbs is our main source of energy, all right? But again, it is the excess of carbs that is bad for us. That is what's leading to a lot of these chronic diseases, hyperinsulinemia stuff, y'all, that we want to be able to control. That's why the word little is in there, all right? We all different how much starch we should have based on our body weight, based on our body fat, but just a good way to just know is just having, again, the plate method, having a quarter of your plate of starch, and you'll be good there. Vegetables is a carbs, don't forget about that. Fruits are a carb as well, all right? So if you're looking at your plate and you only have a quarter of rice, but then you have half your plate of vegetables, and then you have a cup of fruit in the side, you are getting enough carbs in your body to produce energy for you and to help you to support your exercise. No sugar, all right? The word no throws a lot of individuals off because yes, fruit does have sugar. Some starches have sugar. Yes, they do, right? What we're referring to is the additional stuff, y'all, the ice creams, the candy bars, all those things, all right? Now, in CrossFit, we're not gonna tell you never have ice cream, never have candy, all right? Go have it, all right? Enjoy life, all right? Enjoy these things you like to eat. But what we're referring to is, let's not make it a thing that we have to have it for every single meal, or we have to have it every single day, because ideally we don't. You can get it from your fruit, some of that sweetness that you're desiring, all right? But if you make it a point of no sugar, just keeping it to a controlled level, y'all, to where you're just having it here and there, great, go for it. But having it every single meal is not what we want, all right? Now again, keep in mind, even though it is named 100 Words of Fitness, the first 2 sentences are reserved strictly for your nutrition, all right? So you want to optimize your fitness, optimize your nutrition.